Hello, my name is Matt Malvitz, and I'm here at the Kunes RV Service Department. Today, one of the tips we're going to be sharing with you is some of the things to look for during your fall and spring. This is something you would want to do just before you're about to close your unit up and put it into storage. The nice thing about the weather that we've had this year is if you haven't done this, you still have time to do it, as we don't have a lot of snow or ice out there yet. But one of the biggest things as a camper owner that you can do to prevent leaks or anything else from happening to your unit is to condition the slide seals. Now, you can get a product, it's an oil-based product. A lot of you may be familiar with like an Armor All-based product. It's very similar, but this is made to condition this type of rubber that's on these, and this is what is considered your slide seal. What you're seeing here is when the slide is all the way in, it would seal up here, not allowing any of the air or water to get in. If you don't condition these, what happens with rubber is it dries out, it'll start to flake off, and then it'll actually create pores in the rubber, so it's actually not even sealing anything. Also, it would be a good idea to check the seals to make sure that the seal, as in this one, has been resealed along the edge where the silicone is, so that, again, this doesn't fall off, allowing air, water, or debris to get into your unit. So typically we inform people that you want to do this right at the fall, just about the time when you're buttoning your unit up. And you also want to do it in the spring right away after it's been sitting outside. If you have it in indoor storage, you do benefit in that regard. It's not something you necessarily have to check. You still should, just in case something went wrong. But in actuality, if you're a person that has the camper at home, leaves it outside, even leaves it in a garage where it's not heated, this is something you want to double check on at least twice a year. To kind of springboard off of that, another thing that you want to check besides just your slide seals is your roof. On the top of these roofs is a rubber membrane that sits on top that they then put silicone around all the edges. For those of you that know, silicone doesn't exactly take to the sunlight very well, and it also doesn't take to ice very well. So it's very critical that after your camping season in the fall, that you go up on your roof, check your silicone, make sure that all of that lap sealant / silicone has not started to crack, allowing water to snake underneath or in it and get into the unit. Because if it does, these units are very much like sponges. They will suck the water and they will disperse it where they can. So you really want to make sure that up on the roofs that you double check that at least in the fall and at least in the spring. It's a package that we also offer here at Kunes. If it's something you don't feel safe getting up onto the rooftop of your unit with, you could come here, you could schedule an appointment with us. We'd be happy to go up there, take a look at the lap sealant around all of the appliances up on top, the vents up on top, as well as any other roof penetrations like skylights and things like that. Reason we ask you to do it in 2 times a day or 2 times a year is because, again, with the sunlight's the big factor for these. You don't want the sunlight to beat up that silicone up there. So that's why you want to check it at least twice a year. And as it stands right now, spring's coming up. I know it's December, but with spring coming up, we have a big RV show here in January. And with that RV show, we have a lot more customers, especially in the months of March, April, and May. So one of the biggest things as a customer that already has a unit can do for themselves right now is pre-book these services that we offer, including dewinterizing, anything to get your unit ready for spring. Schedule that with us now before we get into the show, because once that show comes along, the appointments that we have available go down drastically because we have a number of new customers buying new units. So now would be the time to pre-schedule your spring maintenance, and you can call us here. We'd be happy to put you on the schedule. We can, again, do anything that you want to get your unit camp ready, whether it be to dewinterize the unit or summerize the unit, depending on which terminology you use. That would include something like checking your slide seals as well as checking the roof seals. And we even offer an entire appliance inspection, the whole unit inspection, if you want everything checked. So now would be the time to get your spring services booked here at Kunes RV before the big show comes along, because once that comes along, we get really busy. So to do it now would be more beneficial to you guys. And if you have any other questions or require any other information on some of the tips that we've shared, you can call us here at Kunes RV of Swamico, and we'd be happy to help you in any way that we can.